Hello, everybody, and welcome to Youth Connect Friday, April 23rd. I'm Aiden.
I am Kevin.
I'm Joshua.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey.
And welcome to our Youth Connect. It is so nice to see everyone. You know what? I have one thing to say before we start. Our Youth Connect group has been growing so much these past few weeks, and I really want you, and I mean you, the person that's watching right now, to like and subscribe, and even if you want, comment on this, because you know what? It's important that we keep interaction, because we'll always respond to comments when we can. And you know what? It's always nice to have it's nice to have you guys talk to us. Okay, so I think we're ready. And you know what happens when we first start our Youth Connect. We always got to start our Youth Connect with our Spotlight Game of the Week, where I give you one game that I think that you should try out. And today's game is actually not being released yet, but is going to be very popular. And this game is called New Pokemon Snap. So in New Pokemon Snap, you seek out and take in-game photographs of Pokemon in their native environments in the new Pokemon Snap game, only for the Nintendo Switch. Remember, only for Nintendo Switch, not the PS4 or the Xbox, only the Switch. You know what? You snap photos from the Neo 1, a machine that you ride on, as you encounter and research lively wild Pokemon. You might see unexpected expressions or behaviors, or Pokemon patrolling their territory, playing or lurking in and out of the way spots. You know, you got to travel, and you have to travel to the islands that make up the Lentil region. This is a new region, pretty interesting. In this region, some of the Pokemon and vegetation will appear to have a special glow. Now, what you have to do is research these Pokemon alongside Professor Mirror as you explore dense jungles, vast deserts, and more. Your observations of Pokemon thriving in the wild may help unravel the truth behind the Illumina phenomenon. Ooh, spooky. The Pokemon pictures you will take will be used to build your very own photo decks. Not a Pokédex, a photo decks. So the original one was released in 1999, and it's nice to see it coming back into 2021. This game will be available on April the 30th, so make sure you get your hands on a pre-order, because honestly, I love Pokemon Snap, and I bet my bottom dollar that you will also enjoy this brand new rendition of the Pokemon Snap series. So make sure to check it out. Anyways, you know what? You know who's up next. It's our favorite person, Kevin, and he comes with local Ontario Canadian news and the weather.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to the Canada News at 3:30. I'm your host, Kevin Aruja, but first, we got the headlines. Ontario reports more than 4,500 new COVID-19 cases, another 34 deaths. Ontario Premier Doug Ford isolating in Toronto after Stafford tests positive for COVID-19. Canada's new climate change target will exceed 40% cut in emissions, Radio Canada's sources. Drive-through vaccine appointment at Canada's Wonderland rescheduled due to expected snow. And CEBL pushes back start of 2021 season due to COVID-19 challenge. For the second consecutive day, Ontario is reporting another single-day record for new cases of the novel coronavirus as the number of COVID-19 patients in intensive care surpasses 700. Ontario's health officials logged 4,812 new infections today, topping the previous record of 4,736 set on Thursday. The rolling 7-day average of new cases is now 4,292, up by more than 1,000 cases week over week. The number of COVID-19 patients in intensive care has now hit a startling new high of 701, according to data released by the Ministry of Health. The record high cases number and hospitalizations come amid reports that the federal government is planning to introduce new public health restrictions to drive cases down. Ontario's Ford cabinet is meeting today to discuss potential new measure for Ontario after another record-breaking day of new COVID-19 cases. Ontario is also expected to unveil further COVID-19 modeling data on Friday as the third wave continues to worsen. Speaking to reporters on Thursday, Solicitor General Sylvia Jones expressed her frustration at the number of people who she said are defying the province stay-at-home order. Jones would not confirm if a curfew is under consideration by cabinet, but expressed her concern about the riots that took place in Montreal after one was implemented. Ontario Hospital Association President Anthony Dale said in a tweet Thursday that the government must urgently activate even stricter measures to protect the health and safety of the peoples of Ontario as this worsening pandemic. Moderna is facing oh no. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, sorry about this one. Health officials in Ontario are reporting that 4,500 new COVID 19 cases Friday and another 34 deaths linked to the disease. Most of the cases reported today were found in Toronto and Peel region, with the latter logging a record with 1,232 infections on Thursday. Ontario Chief's Medical Officer of Health, Dr. David Williams, suggested that the province may be starting to bend the curve of COVID 19 transmissions while pointing to a lower in the disease reproductive number. Meanwhile, COVID 19 ICU admissions across Ontario remain at an all time high, with 818 patients leaving treatment and intensive care. Of those patients, 593 are breathing with assistance of a ventilator. Ontario Premier Doug Ford.
Go. Oh my goodness. My goodness. You know what happens, guys? Let me tell you, every single time you have internet connections, don't worry. He'll appear just now. Well, let me tell you, he's going to appear like in just a second.
Oh
See, he's back.
man.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. So, shall we continue this?
Yep. Of course.
Okay, one last time. Ontario. Oh, shit. Health officials in Ontario are reporting more than 4,500 new COVID 19 cases Friday and another 34 deaths linked to the disease. Most of the cases reported today were found in Toronto and Peel region, with the latter logging a record of 1,232 infections on Thursday. Ontario's Chief Medical Officer of Health, Dr. David Williams, suggested that the province may be starting to bend the curve of COVID 19 transmission while pointing to a lower in the disease reproductive number. Meanwhile, COVID 19 ICU admissions across Ontario are being at an all time high, with 818 patients receiving treatment in an intensive care. Of those patients, 593 are breathing with the assistance of a ventilator. Ontario Premier Doug Ford is isolating after learning that a staff member he came in close contact with Monday has tested positive for COVID 19. In a statement released late Tuesday night, the Premier's office said that the staff member was tested today after learning that they have been at risk of exposures and that the tests came back positive. The Premier office said it's seeking further guidance for Toronto Public Health, all in all precautions that Ford as staff must follow. Although Ford is current isolating, his office said that he will continue to carry out his duties as a premier and communicate with the public. Ford has been under fire and mostly out of public view in recent days as critic charges that he has botched Ontario's response to the third wave. They pointed to a series of restrictions that shuttered outdoor playgrounds while allowing the Dow Distribution Center and other large workplaces to continue operating without introducing paid sick leave. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will take advantage of Joe Biden's climate summit on Thursday to unveil Canada's news. More ambitious climate target. Radio Canada has learned that Trudeau will not announce a specific figure, but rather a range for greenhouse gas (GHG). emissions reduction targets. According to information obtained by Radio Canada, the new Canadian goal is to exceed a 40% reduction from 2005 emission levels by 2030. The target is not expected to go beyond a 45% reduction. Trudeau will make the announcement during his summit address scheduled for between 8 and 10 a.m. ET Thursday morning. Environment Minister Jonathan Wilkinson will hold a media availability at 11 a.m. ET. Hundreds of people who were scheduled to receive COVID-19 vaccines at a drive-through clinic at Canada's Wonderland Wednesday have had their appointments rebooked due to an unexpected bout of winter weather. Environment Canada said Tuesday that Vaughan and much of a GTA could see between 4 and 8 centimeters of snow between Tuesday night and Wednesday afternoon as a low pressure system moves through the region. In a statement Tuesday afternoon, York Region said those who were scheduled to get vaccinated at the outdoor drive-through site on Wednesday will now have an appointment for the exact same time on Friday. The region said residents who were booked to get a short and will get notified of their new appointments through email or by phone. The region also said Tuesday had nearly 15,000 appointments have been booked at its public health clinics by 11 a.m. this morning after eligibility was expanded to residents 35 years of age and older in 5 hotspot communities. See, sorry. The Canadian Elite Basketball League has pushed back the start of its 2021 season due to challenge from the COVID-19 pandemic. The league announced Wednesday that its 14-game season will start June 24th instead of June 5th. The announcement comes as interprovincial travel restrictions of being implemented as Canada tries to deal with a third COVID-19 wave. The ZBL is entering its third season. The league played its 2020 season in a bubble environment in St. Catharines, Ontario. It was the first professional sports league to resume play in Canada after the global pandemic shut down sports around the world in March 2020. In today's weather forecast, we got sunny this afternoon. The temperature is 18 degrees centigrade. And tonight we got cloudy in the evening. The temperature is 13 degrees centigrade. Have a great weekend, folks. And now back to Aiden's gaming news. Take it away, Aiden.
Thank you so much, Kevin. I just want to say, you did an amazing recovery. And honestly, this is a live broadcast. You know what? You're bound to have a few disconnections at times, but honestly, you did amazing. But let's continue on to our Youth Connect. I have something that's very important, guys, because I know a lot of you guys don't have a PS5. A PS5 is kind of like a rare delicacy of like a fine gaming. Because honestly, nobody's being able to buy a PS5. So I have a game that is apparently supposed to be the best open world game for the PS4. I know a lot of people have PS4s, including myself. So Sony is offering a game called Horizon Zero Dawn, the complete edition, for free to all PlayStation owners via the Play at Home program, whether you're on PS4 or PS5. So I guess both can play it. If this game was still kicking around your I'll get to it eventually list, it's time to kick it to the top. Apparently, Horizon Zero Dawn could be the best IP in the past 5 years, and it's definitely one of the best games of the PS4 generation. I never got to play this game, but apparently this game is the post-apocalypse open world game that takes place in a future where machines have reduced society to rubble. Robot dinosaurs roam the earth and humanity has reverted to a more primitive lifestyle. Players control Aloy, a bow-wielding hunter who begins to slowly uncover the mystery of what exactly happened. So most people call this game Breath of the Wild, but for PS4, and actually was overshadowed because of Breath of the Wild. So if you guys have some time, I recommend that you check this game out. Apparently, again, it's one of the best PS4 games of the entire library of PS4. Pretty interesting. I can't wait to see it. I might check it out myself later today. Anyways, next up, we got Joshua, and Joshua's got us with world news and the cutest animal news.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Youth Connect. Here's what's happening around the world. India's COVID-19 tsunami is the worst in the world. India is currently the world's hardest hit country by COVID-19 with more than 300,000 new cases on Thursday. With a lack of widespread testing in the nation, the case numbers could be much higher. Across the country, hospitals are struggling with a shortage of oxygen supplies and hospital beds. If the virus continues to spread at the same time rate, according to the Bramar Makuri, a biostatistician at the University of Michigan, India could be averaging 500,000 new daily cases within the next month, a figure that no other country has ever come close to. Deaths are likely to follow. Over the past 2 weeks alone, they have soared 128%. At this point, India accounts for about 1 in every 3 new cases globally. Its rate of spread is the fastest in the world, and the tsunami shows no sign of subsiding anytime soon. An Indonesian submarine is missing with 53 aboard. The search is on for a missing Indonesian Navy submarine after it failed to check following a torpedo launching exercise on Wednesday. The submarine, called KRI Nanggala 402, last appeared off the island of Bali in the Bali Sea and reportedly had 53 sailors aboard. An international force of rescue ships and aircraft are converging on the island, and U.S. Navy submarine rescue units could also arrive at the scene. The Indonesian Navy declared the submarine missing as of 4:30 a.m. local time on Wednesday. According to the CNN, the Nanggala lost contact shortly after the Indonesian Navy gave its permission to dive at 3 a.m. The Nanggala was in the Bali Strait, a narrow waterway between the islands of Java and Bali. An aerial searchers discovered an oil slick on the ocean in the vicinity of the sub's last known location at 7 a.m. on Wednesday. An Indonesian Navy spokesman said the submarine could dive up to 500 meters below sea level, but his government feared the sub had gone an additional 200 meters deeper, per CNN. According to the authoritative combat fleets of the world, Nanggala has a maximum operating depth of 250 meters and crush depth of 500 meters. The submarine's hull would likely fail beyond that depth. Indonesian military aircraft and the ships were reportedly combing the area where the submarine went missing. The country has also asked India, Singapore, and Australia to help find the sub. The Nanggala is a German-built Type 209 class destroyer, widely built for natives around the world. This type of submarine have a length of 193 feet and can stay up to 50 days at sea. UN climate chief urges rich countries to step up funding. The United Nations climate chief called on the world's richest countries to fulfill their climate financing goals, and as global leaders gathered for a virtual climate summit hosted by the White House. Patricia Espinosa, Executive Secretary of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, said the failure of developed nations to deliver on their $100 billion a year in funding, the commitment to poorer countries, threatens to undermine trust and confidence in the Paris Agreement. International financing has really become one of the most important elements to ensure a good outcome at COP26. Espinosa said, referencing the 2021 United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP26 in Glasgow, scheduled for November, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres is urging Japan and other wealthy nations to give up reliance on coal and other fossil fuels and commit to investments in green energy as they recover from the coronavirus pandemic. Developed nations, including the U.S., committed to raise climate finance for vulnerable countries. In 2009, the plan called for nations to increase those pledges to $100 billion by 2020. The Paris Agreement called for a higher amount to be negotiated and take effect from 2025. Yet, more than a decade later, neither commitment has been realized. As long as it is, this transformation does not happen everywhere in the world. We will all be affected because, of course, climate change does not recognize any borders. It doesn't recognize any political signals, Esperanza said. Turning to animal interest news. Tiny mouse deer that is as small as a pencil born at Bristol Zoo. A tiny deer-like animal has been born at a zoo in the UK and is so small it resembles a mouse. In fact, the animal is called a mouse deer, and it is about 8 inches tall, around the size of a standard pencil, the Bristol Zoo said in a statement. The Malayan mouse deer is an infant born during the third national lockdown in the UK. Despite its deceptively long legs, the deer is short and well, only weigh about 3 pounds once fully grown, the zoo said. The gender of the deer is not yet known. The mouse deer is just the second born at the zoo in the past decade, with another born last year. Mouse deer are actually distant relatives of the deer. They eat flowers and vegetables and usually live in forests in Southeast Asia. The mouse deer born in Bristol comes from parents who were brought to the zoo to breed more of these creatures. This is Joshua Show reporting for Youth Connect. That's it for me. Now I'll send it back to you, Aiden.
Thank you so much. I didn't know that they're doing research on the animals. Pretty interesting stuff. So you know what, guys? Usually we have our Holton news, but you know what? I thought, you know what? We really need our board game of the week. So many people have been asking me, where's the board game of the week? So I'm gonna bring back the board game of the week, and to start us off back from the top, we got the board game Jaws. Now, there's many different types of Jaws. Are you talking about my Jaws, or are you talking about the movie Jaws? I think I'm talking about the movie Jaws. If you guys don't know, the 1975 movie Jaws, a film directed by Steven Spielberg, made countless viewers afraid to go into the water that opened in theaters. I mean, nowadays it's kind of like, oh, I can see the CGI, I can see what's happening, but during that time it was really scary. In this game, in Jaws, one player takes the role of the killer shark off Amity Island, while the other 1 to 3 players take the roles of Brody, Hooper, and Quint to hunt the shark. There's character and event cards, and they define the player's abilities and create game actions for the humans and the shark. You know, gameplay is divided into 2 acts, Amity Island and the Orca, played on a double-sided board to replicate this film's story. So basically, the Amity Island phase, the sharks attacks swimmers and avoids capture, and other players attempt to pinpoint the shark's location to save swimmers from the shark's attacks. The Orca, which is on the other side of the map, will collect cards and create defenses against the sharks. And lastly, the shark, what he does is he kills the humans, like I was saying, and gains more strength points. At the end, they battle in a climactic battle against the shark, and they fight using their action and strategy cards to defend the Orca from targeted shark attacks. If the humans kill the shark, they win. If the attack on the Orca succeeds, the great white shark wins. It's a cool game. You start on separate sides of the board, and you know what? It's quite a fun experience, especially if you have 4 players. Now, you'll need to know a bit of the story to understand the Jaws game, but when you do, it's pretty fun. Next up, though, we got Nibras, and Nibras has some pretty cool entertainment and movie news. Okay, Nibras, are you there?
Can you hear us?
I think Nibras is having internet problems. Again, live stream issues happens all the time. So I think we'll have to go on next person, unless he appears. So next up, guys, since we can't have Nibras, next up we have Jeffrey, and Jeffrey has with us his amazing live music. I can't wait to hear what song it's going to be today.
Thank you so much. You know you love me, I know you care. Just shout whenever, and I'll be there. You want my love, you want my heart, and we will never, ever, ever be apart. I'll reunite them, just quit playing. We're just friends, what are you saying? Said there's another look right in my eyes. Our first love broke my heart for the first time. And I was like, baby, baby, baby. Oh, I'm like, baby, baby, baby. No, I'm like, baby, baby, baby. Oh, I thought you'd always be mine, mine. Baby, baby, baby. I'm like, baby, baby, baby. I'm like, baby, baby, baby. I thought you'd always be mine, mine. For you, I would have done whatever. And I just can't believe we ain't together. I wanna play cool, but I'm losing you. I'll buy you anything, I'll buy you anything. And I'm in pieces, baby, fix me. And you shake me till you wake me from this bad dream. Going down, down, down. And I just can't believe my first love will be you. I'm like, baby, baby, baby. I'm like, baby, baby, baby. I'm like, baby, baby, baby. I thought you'd always be mine, mine. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gone, gone, gone. I'm gone. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So I am quickly here to fill in for Nebraska's spot. But I also want to say, amazing job, Jeffrey. I love Baby O. I think that's the song name. But honestly, it is a great, great, great song. Thank you so much. So I have an Amazon show that you guys got to check out. Since we have entertainment news, I got to talk about a show that I just watched recently on Amazon Prime. And this Amazon Prime thing was called Made for Love. And basically, Made for Love follows a girl. And I don't remember her name. But basically what happens is that she's trying to run away from a knockoff brand, Gogol. And it is basically escaping a very clingy husband. Because basically, you know what, he's very clingy, and honestly, she has to escape him. So basically, the show starts with her in the desert, and she's like trying to climb out of this big square, and you find out, you know, she's been living this fake reality, was fake in like a fake like greenhouse, and she was trying to escape it because she wants to experience the real world. And it kind of is for like parents because it shows heartbreak and it shows, you know, like how it feels to not love someone anymore and how it feels to be controlled. And honestly, it was such a interesting show because you would be like, what's happening? What's the story? What's going on? Literally, a person got shot in the foot, and I was like, why did that person get shot in the foot? What the? And then she like travels in a car, and then she's at a dance club, and then she's trying to escape him, and honestly, it gets pretty good. Now, I don't want to spoil any details because this is a very, very good show. Let me tell you again, this is Amazon Prime's Made for Love. I won't share any details because I don't want to give you any spoilers. But I recommend that you guys check it out. It's pretty cool. I know. Now, I'm just going to say one thing. We always have, some people have issues with the internet, so I'm very sad that Nebraska couldn't make it. But you know what? It's very important that, Apparently he's here. Is he here? Oh, Nebraska.
Yeah, you can see this message.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's here. He's here.
Nebraska, can you hear us? Or can you speak? I don't think he has his microphone on yet. Oh, wait, I heard him.
I can hear him. I hear him.
Are you there? Are you there, Nebraska? Did you want to share your entertainment news?
Can you guys hear?
You're kind of cutting in and out, Nebraska. Oh my gosh. Don't even.
Someone got an internet problem.
You know what? It happens all the time. But you know what? We always have each other's backs because you know what? Oh. I think he's cutting in and out. But you know what? We have each other's backs. So if one of us has to drop off, we'll quickly help and quickly make something that you know what you guys could check out. We are community. We are connected. This is Youth Connect. We are youth that are connected. That's why we named it Youth Connect. So I don't think Nebraska has it, but he will share it next week. Let me tell you, if you missed entertainment news, it will be coming next week. So make sure that you like, you comment, and you subscribe to our channel because we will be having our next one next week, Friday. Ooh, it's going to be pretty good. Right. Anyways, guys, I hope that you have a great rest of your week. And you know what, guys? Go out for a walk. That's my thing I want to share with you guys today. Go out for a walk, breathe in the fresh air, look at the birds, or you know what? Have a barbecue, honestly. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And you know what? Stay connected. Bye, guys.
Bye.